Alright, hello everyone. We are going to just start off this one with some Helm's Dike, a solo run, a full platinum run. I actually recorded the video of me going through it several days ago. I'm just going to kind of give myself a commentary over it and just give myself pointers and anything else that crops up along the way. So let's go ahead and get this started. Looks like I started recording just as I pretty much entered a little bit. I may have set up a couple things, but first things first, you always got to set up the two-handed stance and to focus on the sappers. That's pretty much priority number one. And I usually like to have four. If I'm doing this solo, I like to have four barricades along this first section. This is what I call like section 1 on the west side. And just to the left of here is section 2 on the left side. Always got to upgrade that damage. There's plenty of barricades in this one, so there's no loss of barricades, that's for sure. This is probably the easiest one to platinum and get a solo. It's nice because you have 3 side quests, therefore, you know, when you're doing it solo duo, you get 1 platinum reward point per side quest. And you also get like a total of how many platinum like side quests you did before. Like in this one, you have 3 side quests. If you get a platinum on each side quest, that's 3 platinum points right there. Plus, if you get a platinum overall, you'll get like an additional 3, so you get 6 overall. 3 for each side quest plus 3 overall, so you get 6. If this is just like one that has 2 side quests, you get 4 overall. 1 per side quest plus 2 for each side quest at the end. I'm explaining it like an idiot, but that's how it goes. The instances with 2 side quests, you get 4. The instances with 3 side quests, you get 6. And it's so on and so forth. With like the 3-man, you get 2 platinum points per side quest, with a total of 12 overall. But I'll get to that another time. Let's just focus on this one. There I am jumping off cliffs. I love jumping off a good cliff. Alright, to mention the side quest, seeing that we started on the left side, the western side. No, wait, I'm sorry. We started on the east side. Yeah, we're starting on the east side. You know what? Wait a minute. I'm completely backwards. We haven't even started yet. You don't have to actually start the instance until you talk to Gambling. So in the meantime, you can just set up the instance any way you want. I forgot about that. You can just take all the time you want. So that's why it's so easy to get platinums on here. And no matter what, I always just start setting barricades down here because there's 2 side quests down here. And the way I place them is I try to place them in a manner where they'll intercept anyone either coming down the road or across the river. That way you don't have to pick them up and move them at all. You can just place them once, start the instance, and you don't have to bother about picking up anything else. Ugh, I should think about like accelerating the speed of this video right here. This is just agony to watch all this. But anyway, you know, it's if you actually need to watch it just to kind of know how to set it up. I mean, pretty much every barricade in this instance you have to tear down and put somewhere better. Like you see here, I got 3. I'll probably put a 4th one here somewhere. Right there. That looks good. That's what I would have done, and that's what I did do. Oh, it looks like I'm putting 5 here. Guess I'm going to play it safe this time around. Oh well, it works all the same. 5, 4. You can get by with 4. You don't want to do 3 though. If you do just 3 here, and you're busy doing like the stone dunletting one, they can get by. So I'd say a minimum 4 right there. Alright, on to the second section on the western side. Get them officers up. There we go.
Two hands on your weapons! Goblins are the priority!
Ugh. Anyone watching this can go ahead and feel free to just zoom by all this. This is incredibly boring to sit here and watch me play this recording. Oh, what a nightmare. And I'm typing too. I couldn't even pay attention to this instance. I do it so many times. On this section, you really only need one barricade down that path, because what I do, and this doesn't have to be what everyone else does, but if you want, like, what I do is I set up, I think you'll end up seeing it later on in the instance, but I set up a catapult, and I prep it, and I just fire on the waves that come attack here, just to lighten the load, and it gives me another barricade. There's two barricades starting here. I take one and put it in a better spot, so therefore only one barricade is needed here. Graphics look good. On the other hand, I think I must have this set to high just to spoil myself. I usually have it on low. Like, if you run a lot of instances and you crash a lot, set all your stuff to very low, and even put your like texture detail to very low. I mean, I crash enough the way it is. People that group with me know I crash like on these HD instances usually right off the bat. It's a nightmare. But if you have your graphics on very low, it kind of minimizes the amount you crash. Like, you only get crashes from having a crappy laptop like what I run on. But you don't actually have like super bad lag, and you don't have all the other crashes like overheating, because my laptop doesn't overheat. It's just junk for gaming because it wasn't intended to game with. Alright, the entire west side should be good to go, so now I'm going to focus on the eastern side. Oh sweet, 5 minutes later music kicks in. That's great. It's not even good music. I put a catapult right here. I try to face it like I'm looking down that road. And that is for flames at the gate, in case I get that one. You always want to be prepared for that one, because just like 6 shots with a catapult and the thing's down. And that instance only takes like 15-20 seconds. And it's a quick platinum. That's the only downside to doing this one solo. You're almost guaranteed, if you set it up right, you're almost guaranteed a full platinum. But if you want to guarantee that full platinum, you gotta do a lot of prep work, and it just lengthens out this entire instance way too long. But if you're into that sort of thing where you like doing a lot of prep work and just kind of letting the whole instance go on autopilot while you just twiddle your thumbs, this is the one to do it in. I mean, I hear of some people that can literally they set it up and go AFK, and they get full platinums. I think they're lying, because I don't think you can do that with several of these. Like, you get flames at the gate, and you go AFK for that, you ain't getting a full platinum. You get the stone dunleading carrier, you go AFK, you ain't getting a full platinum. You're probably failing both of those, actually. So, I don't recommend going AFK, like some people say they do.
Two hands on your weapon! Goblins are the priority!
Gotta always turn those commanders into two-handed and focus on the sappers if you're solo. They can't keep up with the enemy if they're not. You gotta put it in two-handed stance. I don't know if you really need focus on the sappers here, but if you're gonna be changing them, you might as well change them both. Doesn't hurt. I believe I only put 3 barricades here. I like to put them... Now, if you're wondering why I put them the long way, it's because they kind of funnel in a tight formation up here anyway. And when it's like the long way like that, they're in the damage zone longer. Some people say like, oh, they have to be facing the spikes. They don't. If they're in like that range of, like if they're on that barricade, no matter what way it's facing, they're taking damage. So you might as well take advantage of the length of it and put that down the long path so that they're walking in it for a longer period of time, therefore taking more damage.
Strength and focus on the sappers.
Yep, looks like just 3 barricades here should do it, I hope. I'll take this next one right here, probably down below. I like having 4 to 5 down below. Apparently you can also, like, if you right click those war steeds there, you can right click them and like spook them off and you'll get red. I have done this but I never got the side quest. You spook them off like just before the instance is started, like now. If you spook them off, then if you happen to get that protecting the stables side quest where they attack the horses, they will have no horses to attack and they'll just attack soldiers, and you actually won't lose. You'll like gain full merit just for killing those horses, like killing the waves, and they won't attack the horses. I've never tried it. I don't really see a reason to because it's super easy quest anyway, but apparently you can do that. You can just spook the horses, and then when the side quest rolls around, you don't have to worry about healing them or nothing. Now here's another part that you definitely don't need to do, but I seem to be doing it this time around. You dismantle these 4 barricades up here and put them somewhere else. And the reason behind this is a lot of times I'll put them down where the statue Helm Hammerhand, that side quest where the waves come up. I'll just stack them all there and just plant my feet up here and pop them off with my bow and arrow. I mean, you probably don't need all those barricades because they don't even make it through them generally, but if you, I don't know, if you feel like going the extra mile, you can do that. Definitely, like I said, it guarantees a platinum.
Cut them down. Goblins are the priority.
Those orcs sure are nice for giving me all this time to prepare the perfect defense so they always fail. Man, this is boring. Oh my goodness. I almost wish you didn't have this time to set it up. Yeah, that's pretty much a death gauntlet right there. There's no one getting by that. That's probably enough, like 5 like that. And then you want some on the sides like that, just so no one can sneak around. Sometimes they do, but that should be definitely enough barricades.
Hands on your focus on the sappers.
And there's this handy catapult set up right here. It's like that as you enter the instance. It's kind of hidden behind the statue. I use that to kind of speed up the process. The preparing this whole thing actually takes longer than the instance itself, because with catapults you can speed up the rate at which they come. And I'll show you that later on once the waves start attacking. Okay, seriously, this is taking way too long. I'm gonna go grab something to drink and go AFK from this commentary. Oh, good, right in time. I finally started this thing. Let's see. That's the text you have to be, like, you gotta watch out for, because that tells you where they're gonna attack. I don't even need to use the map. I mean, stuff pops up on the map. Like, there on my little mini-map, you can see that bronze icon. That's where the side quests, that's where the waves are attacking. And it also said the eastern side, so. When it says eastern side, you're almost, it seems a little random, but it's been pretty steady every time I've ran it lately. You're gonna get, your first side quest is gonna be that stables down below with the horses. That'll be your first one. Your second one will be like defending the watchtower, and your third one will be back down below with powder at the gate with the sappers. That seems to be the course of action so far. And now we play the waiting game. And here they come, about to walk right into a whole bunch of death. I like to aim it right between the two of them. As you can see, the way they're flying, if you aim right between with grape shot, you hit both waves at the same time, therefore they die evenly. Every chance you can, you want to kill like both waves evenly, because once, as you can see, there's the two front waves that kind of come in block formations, one on the left, one on the right. Once that first block of enemy on the left and right is killed, we get the side quest. Now I'm taking off because there's probably only like 10 more enemies down there on each side. So by the time I get down there, that side quest should be starting. And so it should be any moment now, probably. And you don't have to worry about those soldiers or commanders. They're going to take care of everything on their own. They have no worries there. Oh, perfect timing.
Protect the horses before they are driven
A lot
away.
of times, if you want, you can put like tripwires down. A lot of times I just get super lazy and just rely on my arrows. If you're melee class and you don't want to wait till they get that close, you may want to think about, you know, putting tripwires down. But, you know, this is just fine, just the way it is. It's nice being a hunter in these things. I should probably have that commander there in the two-handed stance just to burn him down quicker, but I get the feeling when I recorded this one I was feeling extra lazy. Another nice thing is you can upgrade the damage and shoot your arrow at the same time. It doesn't interrupt each other. But I'll probably have this one done by the time they get here. Yep, sure did. There we go. Nice, easy platinum there. And I'm just going to leave all those barricades down below because they're right in line of the main road, so that they should be able to take out, they'll slow down the sappers anyway. Now I'm going to go up here, back to my catapult, and eliminate the rest of the waves down there. Now, like I was saying before, you can take out that first block of enemy on either side, and that initiates a side quest quicker, but you don't want to kill any more than those first two, because once all the waves, there's only a few left here, once they're all dead, it starts the next wave, which is over on the western side of the dike. So you kind of got to be careful with how you kill them. Like, this should probably eliminate all the rest down there, right there. There, and you see my merit under the Helm's dike bar just changed up to silver. That means that wave is complete, so I can head over to the west now. And I got another catapult. This is what I did before I started recording. I set this here and upgraded it fully and cranked it all the way over there. As you can see, the waves aren't coming yet. That's just the camera's looking over to where they will come from. But I have it cranked all the way so it can reach that far western angle. Like it, I'll be able to reach them. You have to upgrade the distance on this thing, but you can reach them. And now I'm just waiting for the next wave to come on down. I'm not sure if the merit bar changes again, but you can see it's just, there we go. You can actually see him in the distance there on the hillside marching on down. There we go, now we can start this fight again. I was falling asleep there for a second. There we go, a lot of them. I think I have leeching powder on it, and what that does is it's damage over time. Every now and then you'll just see those. If you watch the orcs where I'm firing at, you'll just see them fly up in the air because they die. It should be pretty funny. Hopefully we get to see it. Use some leeching powder again. Maybe I didn't use leeching powder last time, who knows. But that should take them out pretty... That got a lot of them. Now you may be able to see those guys in the front that are all alone. They may just go flying shortly. Ah, in the back they did. Oh, there they go. I guess I reached those guys too. Go ahead, they're marching up. You can kill a lot of those guys if you want. It doesn't really matter, but you don't have to. I like to lay waste to them a bit. But now I'm going to have to crank all the way over and get these guys at the first station. Oh, not in time. Got guard in the watchtower. Which is mind-numbingly easy. I may even go, let's see if I go into, nope, I'm just going into my regular stance. This is my trap stance, so I'll probably throw tripwire down there or something. Yep, tripwire. You literally just stand here and kill them. With 5 barricades there, there's like no harm. They're gonna pretty much die just walking up there. I'll give these commanders an order, it looks like. There we go, yep. Just to help mow them down a bit. Definitely don't need to do that, but I did it anyway. Now it says they're coming down the main gate. It doesn't really change anything. That just means that instead of coming on that far west and this west, they're going to be coming on the two sides of that main gate. They'll be coming here and then over on the eastern side on that first station. Doesn't really change anything. That other eastern station, they'll take care of it just fine. No worries there. I got plenty of barricades and everyone's in two-handed stance. This would probably even be easy if you're a melee class, or if you're like a Berg, which doesn't have the best DPS and no range attacks. Just set up a ballista here. Just burn them as they're walking up slowly. Easy as pie. And there it is. That was the easiest thing in the world right there. That was mind-numbingly easy. That's all you got to do there. And now back to the catapult. I'll finish cranking it over. And you can see that there's still enemies from the second wave here, but the third wave is marching up. So keeping that in mind, you can only kill the first block of enemy. You can see them marching up and standing on top of the old ones. Yep, you don't want to kill too many behind it because that affects the whole length of the instance. So you only want to kill like this first couple. I killed a whole bunch of them there. More leeching powder. Gotta love that leeching powder. Bam! That pretty much cleared all of them. I'm not sure if I'll make another hit on them or not. So you can see that that's from the second wave marching up. That's that last wave. Or that last block of enemy coming up. That was a ton of them. Should probably leave these guys alone. Am I going to take more of them out? Ooh, that's ballsy of me. I probably wouldn't do that nowadays. There they go. Ooh, powder at the gate. So I got all my barricades down below already in place. Don't have to worry about moving anything down there. I just stand up there and kill them. This one can be a little difficult. You definitely want to have your DPS up there a little bit. If you're not like a big DPS class or anything, you may want to think about bringing a ballista down here just to help out, because the ballista one-shots everything that marches up except the Uruk boss. He can be a pain, but oh well, it's nothing to get too bent out of shape for. I actually enjoy having the barricades not there, because that way it kind of distributes where the enemies are at. Those guys kind of go off on their own, but anyone coming down the center at the barricades will be slowed down. I mean, I'll show you that here in like the next wave, where it slows down some and not the others. So it gives you time to focus on one enemy, and the other enemies are still locked up here on these barricades. And the more barricades they're in, the more damage they take. You can see if they're standing on 2 barricades, they're taking twice the damage. It's kind of nice that way. Here we go, like in this example. I can focus on this guy, he'll die quick enough. While I'm killing him, this guy's going to be slowed down by all these barricades here. Yeah, he doesn't stand a chance, poor fella. Ooh, looks like I went into Vanguard for this one. Like I said, the Vanguard offers a small increase to DPS, so in this one you do want higher DPS, so I'm guessing that's why I switched to it here. You don't have the traps at your disposal, but you do have a little bit higher DPS. Make sure you're always going after those sappers first. They're the ones that do the damage down below. These Uruks are just, you know, they die by the time they get down to the end. And here's the boss. Just burn him down. He's slow. No worries. Got sappers coming up. There they are. A couple shots with the ballista would take him down pretty quick, but I got my hunter skills, so... Oh, I think the... Yep, fear does work on him, it looks like, so you can do that if you want. Yep, he doesn't last long when you got all those guys there. Sapper snuck up on me, but he ain't going nowhere. Like I said, if you're a melee class or like a Berg or an LM, maybe something that doesn't have high DPS, a tripwire somewhere down here and a ballista will pretty much guarantee to kill them all. Judging from my powder at the gate merit bar, we maybe only have 1 or 2 waves left. These should be the last 2 right here, because I'm just about at platinum. And all that Vanguard kill streaks I just cashed in, it didn't do jack. Platinum, easy. You could take a barricade with you if you wanted, but this is the final side quest. You can just leave them there. Now it's just a matter of killing all the enemies with the catapult. Yep, I used leeching powder, I think, on that one. I think I just saw myself use leeching powder. 1 shot, and then I'll let the powder do the rest. I can just go focus on these guys over here. Ooh, I got the triple shot going this time. That'll take care of them pretty easily. Get it centered. They are lined up just perfectly for it, those idiots. Got some powder going on. These guys don't stand a chance. That won't kill them all, but it'll get a good chunk of them. Someone's gonna have to clean up that mess of bodies out there after this fight's done. Not it. Oh, these guys are going night-night on this one. 1 more shot and it'll ding and we will be done. Yep. We got another crowd marching up, but that just means that the instance is almost over. That's all that means. Yeah, there's only a good 12 of them down there. These guys are going down. A sweet roll. Full platinum. Didn't get any gear out of that, though. Oh, well. A lot more enemies coming up. You know, if they probably sent all those at once, I wouldn't do this so easily. But I guess that's game mechanics for you. That pretty much wraps this one up. It is pretty much over. Sorry for the length. That was incredibly long. And I'm in combat. Oh, there we go. Guess felt like dancing for a second.